This is Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth, welcoming two first-timers to the program. She is the founder of the nonprofit THR.U.T.H, Dr. Aisha Siddiqui. Good morning.
Good morning.
And she's a mural artist, and we're going to learn a lot more about her and the work that she's doing and has done. The lovely Vivienne Dang. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Dr. Siddiqui, tell us about THR.U.T.H. It's an acronym, right?
It's an acronym. It stands for Culture of Health Advancing Together, and it's a nonprofit organization that I founded almost 3 years ago with a mission to improve the health and well-being of immigrants and refugees. And when you say health, it doesn't mean going to the doctor. That's treating the ill. For us, health is, tackling the determinants of health. There are social determinants of health that impact one's health, like food, environment, their education, their financial stability, job. So that's what we do, make connections and work with the community so that we can improve their health. And then, of course, some part of is access to care, because the mission is to improve the health and well-being through education, arts, and access to care. So that's all we do.
You know, that seems to be the universal theme when it comes to people of color, when it comes to immigrants. We're all seeking for the same basic necessities when it comes to life.
Yeah, because I'm an immigrant myself. And I came to this country, I got higher education. I have a doctorate in public health from UT School of Public Health. I could drive, I could work, but there was still that gap that I could feel. So then for my doctoral dissertation, I was working with the women in the community, the Gulfton community, and I realized that they need a lot of help that I got, which they don't. And I could not even imagine, but not being able to speak English and not being able to drive, don't know how the culture works here, how they are raising the family, how they're making the ends meet. So yes, a lot of people may think that immigrants and refugees get a lot because they get like some kind of social assistance, they get food stamps or Medicaid, or when the refugees get rental assistance maybe for 3-4 months of the honeymoon period. But then they're on their own, and in this land of opportunity, which it is a land of opportunity for everyone, it is daunting. They don't know how to navigate.
Well, I mean, especially when we've got people at the top who's trying to stop immigrants from coming here, who are seeking, asylum from just bad, terrible situations. And this is not who we are, And so I wish that kind of rhetoric would stop. But, when the white male feels threatened, he will go through to whatever lengths to stop him from being in power. And unfortunately, that's really sad. And the views and opinions that are expressed on this program do not affect Urban One or Radio 1 Houston. These are just my personal opinions. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Dr. Siddiqui, the founder of THR.U.T.H, which is a culture, health, advancing together. And we have Vivienne Dang, who is a mural artist. So let's talk about the Mayor's Office of Cultural Affairs and the Art Alliance, that you all are bringing these mural projects to Houston. How did this all come about?
So Mayor has an initiative. I think that it was launched last year. Mayor Turner has this initiative, and it's called the Complete Communities. And 5 of Houston communities are selected, and Gulfton being one. And under the the initiative is to make the underserved communities more powerful, more empowered, and they make them good and equal to all the other, like well-to-do communities in Houston. So under that umbrella is the Visit My Neighborhood grant, which is what we got, and it provides funding for these murals. It's through Mayor's Office of Cultural Affairs and Houston Arts Alliance. So our proposal that we proposed for this project was called the Gulfton Story Trail, and it's Visit Gulfton. visit my
Okay.
neighborhood, and for us, it's visit Gulfton. So we propose that we will make 12 murals, which will be like a cultural tourism, you can say, making it a hotspot, making all the attention, showcasing the diversity of Gulfton area and the cultural diversity, because many people may not know that Gulfton is a very, very unique neighborhood or community, unlike any other, maybe in the United States or at least Houston, but I have seen many states, many cities, nothing like it.
Nothing like this here.
No, we have immigrants and refugees. We have, I don't know, like 80 languages spoken, like,
wow.
yeah, tons and tons of different cultures, languages. So it's very unique, and it is like it gives a canvas to just paint the picture. So these murals are the thing that people instantly they can. I mean, we have education program, we have other program, but mural and arts is that can make instant impact, and then the community member can see themselves in the mural. They can take the ownership, they can take the pride.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people will not go to the galleries or to the art institutions or to other places that some of us have access. So now the art is there. They wake up in the morning and say, oh my God, this beautiful mural near my home. I can see it and it's amazing. Let's clean up our neighborhood so that we can make it more beautiful. So this is like instant ownership, because communities improve only when the residents take the ownership of it. People
is absolutely
cannot
true.
come from outside and do it. So yeah, we have brought this grant, artists are painting, but the community is the one that will take the ownership of their home, their Gulfton, and take it. So that's what the murals are doing. And then it's reducing the graffiti, tagging, and the traffic is slower because people are seeing the mural, people are smiling, they're walking, and they're talking to each other. So it's like
that's great. So it's
yeah.
working.
It's working.
It has a slow
yeah.
trickle down effect, if you will.
Yeah.
So Vivienne, you're one of the mural artists. What made you want to be a part of this?
Well, I'm a daughter of immigrants myself, so that kind of connected me to the whole project. And then, so when they did the call for artists, I like to do kind of give back to the community when I do my art. So, and then to me, diversity is way more than your skin color or your nationality. It's kind of looking past it. It's about embracing the beautiful dimensions of human identity and kind of, celebrating our differences in that aspect. So
I mean, because that's what makes us beautiful and unique.
Yeah, and art brings us together.
Yeah, absolutely. So I understand that you contributed 2 pieces to
I
this?
did one. I ended up doing one, maybe one in the future.
Okay, maybe one. And what was yours about, if you could kind of describe your mural?
Mine was located at Jane Long Academy, and they have a growing allied health magnet program for their future generations. And so I wanted to portray something bright and colorful of this culture, and then kind of helping the kids realize that their future is infinite. So I named it Infinite Futures. And it's amazing when the kids kind of come up to me and they're all embracing the colors and taking photos and excited about the whole project. So
yeah, that's awesome. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Dr. Siddiqui, the founder of Chat, and Vivienne Dang, who was one of the mural artists. The 12-story trail murals that are highlighting Gulfton's rich history and diversity all around the town, especially in that neighborhood. Where are some of the, Vivienne, I know you just told us where one of yours were. Where else in Houston or along in that neighborhood where people can drive by and see?
People can go on our website, and it's called TheT.R.U.T.H.org, CHATTX.org, and there is a link for the map. So all the murals are in the same Gulfton area within like a mile or 2 mile radius. And then, then it is a trail, and if it was in New York or somewhere where people walk, it is walkable, and it is accessible through public transportation, the bus. But we will have a big event. We will do a big event, and in January, where mayor will come, the mayor's unveiling event, and we will have trolley tours. tours.
Oh.
And we are also planning to have bike tours. So these are the things that we are planning, and we will update on our Facebook page and on our website so people can come. It's an open invitation. But anytime people want to see, or if they need access or they want us to guide them, there is a map. And these will be locations on the Google map also.
Okay.
So more information can be obtained through our website.
Nice.
And there are murals on Gulfton and Rampart. There are murals on Bel Air and Hillcroft. There are murals on, I don't remember exactly the address, but there are 2 murals on so 3 of the murals are on schools. So Sutton
Okay.
Elementary has one, Jane Long has one, and Las Americas has one.
Oh, now that you mention it, that's
the schools are involved highly. We want kids to see the beauty of their neighborhood, and the kids are loving it. They could not imagine that the real artist there is there. So they are loving. And the best part of this whole project is that all the artists are either immigrants or refugees or are the descendants of it, just like Vivienne. So,
this is so amazing. And I actually live over in that area. So once you started naming the streets, and I'm like, oh, wait, that's right past Chimney Rock. If I go past West Park and I'm going down Chimney Rock, like all in that area. So
there's one at the intersection of
these.
Hillcroft and West Park.
So
yeah.
Right there. Look at that. And I love Houston. Houston is kind of known for its graffiti art and its murals. And I'm seeing more around the city. And for you all to add this element to help represent the diversity of immigrants and refugees and whatnot, it is just absolutely beautiful because...
And the credit
that is
also
what Houston
goes
is about.
to Mayor Turner for having this vision and supporting art.
Absolutely. What's up, Mayor Turner? So... Tell me you'll come back when it gets close to the unveiling, when the mayor has the event in January. You'll come back on the program. We can talk about it.
We would love to come back.
Sure.
Whenever you invite us, we will be here. We can bring more artists and you can talk to them.
That would be amazing. I absolutely love this. So thank you all for coming on.
Thank you.
Dr. Siddiqui, founder of TR.U.T.H, and Vivienne Dang, one of the mural artists. So if you live in the Gulfton area, check out the Gulfton Story Trail, and this is so great. Or come visit them.
If you don't live there, just come visit us. We have beautiful art. We have restaurants. We have boutique shops. Gulfton has a lot to offer.
Yeah. So check it out. This is the great thing about Houston, Texas, is its full and rich diversity and the way that we embrace it. So thank you all for coming on and doing this project. And to you too, Mayor Turner. We'll see you soon. So thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you for having us.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcoming back. He's been here before, but with AIDS Foundation Houston. But now he is here for the Truth Project. He is the founder and CEO of the Truth Project. Please welcome Mr. Kevin Anderson to the program.
Good morning. Good to see you too.
And you have brought along a very talented young lady with you. She is a 2-time Houston VIP Slam champ. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the lovely Raie Crawford. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Doing well. So thank you guys for being here. I know that this coming Saturday, the 1st, is World AIDS Day. I was about to say International AIDS Day. Yes, December 1st. Even though that's on a Saturday, the 1st is always the date that it's recognized on, even though it's the weekend, right?
Yeah. It always runs on the 1st of December. And, what normally happens is that leading up to that date, you'll have events that's happening during the week or even sometimes afterwards.
Yeah. So tell us about the Truth Project. I see that it is an acronym. What is the acronym of TRUTH stand for?
So the acronym is actually telling real, unapologetic truth through healing. Mm-hmm. And the Truth Project began as really a healing platform for artists to be able to use the platform to tell their stories, to be able to use that storytelling to educate the audience, but really create this healing experience for all. And, we cover and promote our sexual health, our mental health, and our emotional health, and we do that through utilizing social art. So when you think about spoken word and dance and movement and I even always say, if you're a culinary artist, bring in something to eat. Maybe there's some healing in that. But we do it through that work. And we have now been around for about 5 years. Became a 501c3 in 2015, and we've had a lot of impact directly within LGBT communities of color and then our allies. So we work with everyone. Our thought is, if you're open to the experience, come in.
Nice. What was the inspiration behind coming up with the Truth Project?
Well, like you mentioned earlier, me working for AIDS Foundation Houston, I do that also. So I've been in the field of HIV and other health disparities and public health for many years now. But splicing that with my love for the arts, I also have a monthly open mic that I've been doing for the last 10 years titled Heart and Soul. And it was through Heart and Soul that I began to experience a lot of the artists really began telling transparent stories about their lives, stories of disclosing HIV status for the first time, stories of women speaking about spousal abuse, things that were really relevant and areas that we know as African Americans and people of color, we have a challenging time talking about in a group setting. And so here you have this room of 200 people. You have artists that are talking about their lives very transparent. So why not move into another realm of really going beyond just that space and bringing in mental health professionals and working with, folks that can help guide us.
Yeah, I love that. You're listening to Access Houston, talking to Kevin Anderson, the founder and CEO of the Truth Project. We also have Raie Crawford, who is here with us. Since we've been out, and especially you, Kevin, on the front lines trying to bring more awareness to HIV and AIDS and the stigma surrounding it, especially when, for me personally, I feel the stigma around it in the Black community is it's so unfair.
That's right.
Because with the more you get educated about the virus, the more that you realize that it's not the death sentence that it once was. A couple of decades ago. The technology and the medication. I mean, people are living their best lives. I mean, like I said, it's not the death sentence. But when it comes to the stigma surrounding that, do you feel that some of that is kind of fading away? Because just through my experience, the virus is it's common now. I mean, it's up there with high blood pressure, diabetes, like that. All of the other stuff that's not really a big deal, but we know about it. So has the stigma kind of faded away when it comes to HIV and AIDS? Do you feel?
Yeah, that's a real good question. I mean, the reality is, yes, HIV is manageable, as is a lot of other health disparities that we deal with, right? But stigma is not. When you think about our social economical issues that we deal with, and stigma being one of those, you're still talking about a virus that, when attached to you, there's discrimination that happens with that. There's dating discrimination that happens with that. There's disclosure issues and fear and confining yourself. So it's still, do I think that there's been some change? Yes, because you have organizations like the Truth Project and so many others that are bringing more awareness to the work that needs to be done. But you still have families and you still have the core of who we are as people. And the reality is what Big Mama tells you, you hold on to that for a long time, know, and if something's been told to you and you believe that to be part of your value system, it's hard making those changes. So that's why stigma still continues to infect us. Yeah.
You're listening to Access Houston. Raie Crawford's in the building, along with Kevin Anderson from the Truth Project. The I Am Life, an HIV stigma narrative expressed through the experience of women, is happening this Friday, the 30th, at the U of H South Student Center Theater. A reception at 6 p.m. The doors open at 7, and the performance begins at 7:30. And Raie, you're going to be performing this Friday?
Yes, I will be.
Yeah, so I understand that you came prepared with a little piece. So this is just a little taste of what you will be experiencing this Friday at the U of H South Student Center for the I Am Life HIV Stigma Narrative expressed through the experience of women. So Miss Raie Crawford, the Houston VIP Slam champ, take it away.
In my family, we don't talk about things. We hold secrets like laced fingertips entrusted with keeping holy water from finding a sinner in need of a healing. I keep thinking of how things have a tendency to breed in the darkness, like ignorance, regret. In my family, we treat time as if all it can do is stand still. Keep hearing how time can heal all wounds, but what if the cut's too deep? What if the ignorance starts to rot itself from the inside out? What if the butterflies on the tips of our tongues chrysalis themselves to moths, and we are forced to watch our words eat away at the people we once loved? My family don't see all the holes in our tapestry. Act like the blood can't run as deep as the scar. My family don't think about all the things they left to breed in that darkness, and I wonder what bitter holy water tastes like. I wonder if I could taste the difference.
All right, that's some snaps and claps. Yes,
Raie Crawford. Yeah, I can see why you were the slam champ there. If you don't mind, can you tell us a little bit about your story?
I am a native Houstonian. I started doing slam poetry at Wiley College for undergrad, and I really just found a passion for it. So when I finally was able to come back to the city, there were so many venues open, and there were so many people who created spaces for me to just be able to use my voice. Kevin being one of them, he saw me at one of my first slams, so he was there when it was rough. And he just said, I want you to come to this space, and I want you to share what you have. And I never received an offer like that. Just come here and see if this sits well with you. And it did. And so for years now, I think going on 3 or 4 years now, I've been working with him, learning from the Truth Project, learning what it means to be an artivist in the community.
Come on, for the artivist. I like that. I like that. So just a little taste of what you're going to get Friday for the I Am Life, an HIV stigma narrative expressed through the experiences of women. You chose women, very important, because they are, especially Black women, are the ones that are affected most when it comes to new cases of HIV.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about 2016, we had 4,500 African American women that received a HIV diagnosis. So what I realized with the Truth Project is that in our existence, although we've had, because outside of installments, we have like community discussion groups and things like that, but we had never had an installment specifically targeting women. And I just felt like it was time. What I do recognize in my own life is that women have been my everything, my making, my beginning, who I am as a man. They've sewn into that, and so I really wanted to highlight their stories. And so, if you notice in the title, there's the word stigma is highlighted also, because these are going to be stories about some of the stigma that women also encounter and deal with. I think all of these, when we think about all the factors in the world, we think about all the things that happen in our lives, they all lead to why things happen.
Yep.
So
everything has a place of origin.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is going to be dope. Friday, November 30th at the U of H South Student Center Theater. It's the Truth Project's I Am Life, an HIV stigma narrative expressed through the experiences of women. Friday, 6 p.m. is the reception. Doors open at 7. The performances begin at 7:30 as we celebrate and make you more aware of your status for World AIDS Day on Saturday, December 1st. So perfect timing, y'all. This is going to be incredible. So I would be, hopefully I don't have anything going on next Friday night.
Definitely love for you to come out, man.
Yeah, this looks, especially after getting that piece from young Raie here.
That's only
that was
a
dope.
little hint,
Yeah, just a little bit of what it's going to be. So we got spoken word, dance, theatrical interpretations, live musical performances. It's going to be quite the evening.
Yeah,
so,
we're also we'll be offering free HIV testing and STD testing.
very
that day.
important.
We have to include
Yeah.
that, and so AIDS Foundation Houston, their team will be out doing that. It's gonna be an amazing event. We're doing this in collaboration with U of H's LGBT Resource Center. So this is the second time we're collaborating as two organizations to really raise awareness on the college campus and then within our city.
Nice. I love it. So thank you for letting us know about this and coming on the program. Nice to meet you, Raie.
Pleasure to
And
meet you as well.
good to see you again, Kevin. So I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you for having us.
And thank you for listening to Access Houston.
We'll be back with more Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.